Hi all. Yeah, just looking at a really old model here, which is a Triang. It's really early, this one, but it's a really nice model. As you can see, it's got the really old couplings. Don't know a lot about these, it's before my time really, but a bit of a split on the boiler. I never noticed. Looks like a bad casting or something. Probably something to do with the smoke generator, because it's got built-in smoke generator on this. And if you run them without smoking, obviously they're going to heat up because you can't turn them off. But I was wondering how you get into the body, because I had the older version of this, the later version. This is my brother-in-law's, by the way, it's not mine. And I couldn't suss out how to get a body off, because on the older model, you take the screw out from here under the bogey, but on this model I've discovered at last, after looking for ages, there's a screw on the side there, hiding away. So take that off, give it a quick look, have a look at the brushes, give it a service, clean it up and try it out, see what it's like. But it's a beautiful model for its age. It's probably well over, I'd say about 50 years old, this. I think Chambers, I know, he's the expert, might ask. Yeah, so I took the body off. It's just one screw, goes into the chassis, weight. Yeah, and so it's got heat damage on the body. That's caused it to warp slightly and crack, but it's no big deal. Still in perfect. Other than that, it wants cleaning up. It's near enough perfect condition, except for the decals on the side, transfers or whatever. Scratched on one side, perfect on the other. Let's have a closer look. You can see the casting where it's been pulled out of the injection mould. Yeah, it's a Triang and it's an R50 stroke something else, I'm not sure what that says. 55, made in England. Yeah, anyway, so that's the boiler. The tender, I'm not sure whether this is correct, the correct tender or not, but that's all intact. No missing parts. Looks like it's been handled quite a lot over the years. Nice emblem there. Very nicely done that. Centre set of wheels, non-flanged. Don't know why that is. The rest of them are plastic type. Flanges flexible that move left and right on a steel shaft. There's not a lot to it really, and there's a coupling for it. Someone's had a go at painting bits, metal hinges etc. on the tender part. Yeah, anyway, let's have a closer look at the motor. I think these motors are indestructible. These old ones are brilliant because they're dead easy to work on. They're virtually fault free, I think, compared to the later generation Hornby stuff that came out that replaced these types of motors in this configuration. But like I say, this is before my time, this engine, so there's a smoke generator. I think there is. Yeah, it's all looking fine, that actually. I mean, if that fires up and works, I'd be surprised, but yeah, it just wants to clean up. Take the brushes out, check them, clean the contacts, clean the body up, see what happens. I'm just using some Trap Magic made by Deluxe Materials, I think it says. Yeah, so I've just got it set up. I'm just going to use that tool that you get, and you can just work your way around the wheels inside without taking it apart. You can get all the gunge out. There's loads of it on this model. You just dip it in the Trap Magic, small amount like that. Just flood it in basically around all the wheels, and it attaches all the debris, or attaches to that great little tool. As you can see there, I don't know if it's focusing in anywhere, but without taking it apart, it's an easy way to do it, because it flexes around, so it gets rid of all that. Attaches all the hairs. You just wipe it with a tissue or dump it back in the solution in the pot. There we go. Let's put the pot there a minute. Yep. Good stuff. You can go around all the insides as well. Get rid of all them hairs. Yeah, for cleaning bodies, I recommend to get into all the nooks and crannies, etc. I recommend using a water-based 1-inch, half-inch brush, because they have soft bristles which are flexible, and they have split ends, so they're not going to scratch the surface. You can also use a water-based artist brush like this for really fine models. Get them from Hobbycraft, etc. I use these for my really detailed engines, my German and my Austrian stuff. But like I say, using something like this with low detail is fine. You can just brush into all the nooks and crannies. Another way is, excuse me, I'm going to put some panel wipe, which is a degreasing agent I use it in the automotive industry, etc. Spraying panels, prior to spraying panels, you use panel wipe, which will not harm paint or dissolve. It's got no solvents in it. It degreases and loosens all the grime and gunge. So you'd work that in with a brush, pour a small amount into a container like this, a brand new container. Like that, there you go. Again, use a brand new brush, nothing with paint on it. Just dip it in the solution and just apply it basically, let it soak in. That will loosen up all the gunge. It floods into all the cracks beautifully, as you can see there. Now this body's not painted, it's a plastic cast which has got the dye in it, the black dye colouring. But let that soak in, work the brush in and loosen all the dirt, loosely dry off, and I'll show the next stage in a minute. Yeah, I just get on a kitchen towel or whatever. Make sure you're not going to get the solution all over the place. You could do with using gloves as well if you use this stuff. If you use a panel wipe, use protective gloves. That's what I normally would recommend. I'm just showing a quick demonstration here. Just work it all in. That's it. That'll do. Nothing too vigorous. Just to loosen up the dirt and oil. I'll just go over the top, take the excess off. Not rub too hard or anything. And that'll dry out. This is a slow drying panel wipe. You can get a medium, fast, slow. This doesn't evaporate quickly. Alright, so put that in there. And it's looking a whole lot better already. You can see all the dirt coming off, a lot of it. Alright, and then I would swap over to another brush and just brush it out, brush that effect out. Brush it all out, that's it, nice. Make sure you clean the brushes afterwards. This will dry as you're doing this now. Doesn't need a lot doing on this, on the tender. Just round them wheels a bit. That's it. Wheel chassis. And that's it, done. That part of it is now done. Let that dry. It's looking nice. I'm just going to spray another product on, which again won't harm plastics. It highlights and revives the plastics. There we go. I'm just going to go over it, rub this in with the brush, getting all the places can't normally get to. Let's rub this in. Like that. And again, I'll just leave that to dry. You can take the excess off if you want, just by lightly sponging. But you can just let that dry naturally, and it'll keep a nice sheen on the plastic and revive the plastic actually. You don't want to rub too hard though on the transfer areas. But you get the gist. Let that dry now. Yeah, I'm just going to load up the smoke gem with some oil. And to do that, use like a traditional needle, small one, because you can suck up the exact amount you want. You can get the required oil right into the bottom of the chamber, because you don't want to flood over the top. There you go. If you've got too much, you just suck it back up, or put in the correct amount to start off with. There we go. Let's try out the smoke generator, see if it works. Get it on the test track. So I've got a real low powered transformer there. I've got that plugged into conventional analog controller. That then just goes into the test track using clips, crocodile clips, wherever. And this loco sat on the rolling roads, which are DCC concepts. Rolling roads, look like that, for N gauge and HO00 scale. You have adapters that come with it, the kit. There are other variants in cheaper versions you can get, but you don't touch these ones. These are the best quality ones with the best quality roller bearings, etc. And they'll last a lifetime. So I'm just going to power this up. As you can see, it runs really smooth for a loco that's 50 odd years old. That's really good. So the smoke generator is going to take time to heat up before anything happens. Starting to smoke now slowly. So yeah, it is working. It is actually bent as well slightly, the smoke generator, so straighten that up a bit. Got to be careful now not to fracture the cylinder, otherwise smoke fluid will leak out. That's working really smooth. Very smooth. Just let it run for some more now. Let that smoke generator heat up a bit. Starting to smoke really nice now, that. And it puffs as well. Very nicely for such an old item. fantastic, really is. Can't complain with that. Put the body back on now. So there we go, body's back on, that's drying out nicely, it's all cleaned up, looking nice. When you're putting the screw back into alloy or steel, make sure you're anti-clockwise the screw, wait for the click and screw back in, otherwise you risk threading the chassis screw bit or the screw and damaging it. Got to be very careful there, not to over tighten it as well, because you don't want to break the plastic on these old models. And that is about it, it's all done, it's all running. Very nice, tenders all cleaned up. Of course it won't run on this track, this is modern track. The wheel flanges are very large on this model, so it'll only run on a dedicated old-fashioned Triang Formby track. Oh, beauty that. I forgot to mention the smoke fluid I use is Sleeve Traditional, which is the oil-based type sort of stuff, and there's also another one which I started using now, which is smoke fluid Direct Train Spares of Burnley. Yeah, they're two good products. Also been using a magnetic tool tray for holding screws in place, and a magnetizer, demagnetizer. Yeah, magnetizer looks like that. You just put, to magnetise your screwdriver, place it through the magnetised slot and boot it up with a magnetised charge, or put it through the demagnetizer to demagnetise it. And obviously you can pick up items like that, or screws, it's the simplest of these. Brilliant, brilliant tool. Yeah, so products I use to clean this up with are Trap Magic, and you get this little container and a special flexible brush. I've used WD-40 Fast Drying Contact Cleaner, Fleischmann oil, lubricating oil. You can get it on a pin so you can just put the precise amount on. And that's it. I've just used panel wipe for cleaning the plastic body up, and a reviver, which is actually my own mix for cleaning the bodywork and getting the sheen back on. And when that dries out, it'll look less wet and more natural looking. So that's it. Thanks for watching.